Now we will learn about fission या cleavage या breaking of covalent bonds. It is the name of the topics. In this topic we will learn the homolytic cleavage and heterolytic cleavage. We will learn heterolytic cleavage या fission, any name you can call. Generally in most of the books homolytic fission, heterolytic fission, the term is used. So you can use, you can also can say homolytics, homolysis, heterolysis. These things I'll tell you later. First of all, we will learn some introductions about the fission या cleavage या breaking of covalent bonds. Simply we can say breaking of covalent bonds. Any organic compound mostly made up of covalent bonds. A covalent bonds consists of a pair of electrons which is being shared by two atoms. Means generally in organic chemistry the bonds which is formed between any atoms, between A and B and C, between any carbon atoms, this is a covalent bonds. Generally covalent bonds are there, and this covalent bonds consist of a pair of electrons. This covalent bonds is consist of a pair of electrons. This is a pair of electrons which is shared by both the atoms. These two atoms share this covalent bonds. This is a covalent bonds, it is denoted. This is the pair of electron which is shared by both the atoms. Here it is, I am shown here the general format. It is represented as a double bond, a double electrons, B. This is a pair of electrons, a pair of electrons, and B. This is the general formats. A, B, maybe any atoms. I am here representing in the general format. This A pair of electrons, and B, this is the represented like A. This A pair of electrons, it is represented like this. This is A, B. This is a covalent bonds. This covalent bonds is actually a pair of electrons which is shared by both the atoms. In organic chemistry, generally mostly made of the covalent bonds. In organic compounds, the bonds which is existing, which are there in the between atoms, generally covalent bonds. Organic reactions constantly involve fission or breaking of covalent bonds. Organic reactions. In organic chemistry, the mostly bonds are made up of covalent bonds and organic reactions. This is organic reactions and organic compounds. This need to be take care. Organic compound mostly made of covalent bonds, and organic reactions constantly involve in fission and breaking of covalent bonds. Organic reactions, fission and breaking of covalent bonds when two or more atoms joined by a covalent bonds are separated. When two or more atoms, suppose any carbon in any compounds, if two atoms is a carbon which is joined by a covalent bonds, if it is breaking, this is a breaking, it is separated. This is a separated. How this separated I will tell you later. Here only for understanding the introductions. When two atoms joined by covalent bonds are separated, when these are separated, this process is termed as fission or breaking of or cleavage of covalent bonds. This is a, simply you can say fission or breaking or cleavage of bond. This process when these covalent bonds are separated, when these covalent bonds are when these covalent are fission, means any the name fission, cleavage, breaking, the meaning are same. When the two atoms joined by covalent bonds are separated, then the process is termed as fission or breaking or cleavage of bonds. The break and the next points, the fission or breaking or cleavage of bonds can take place in two ways. This is the two ways. Breaking of covalent bonds can take place in the two ways, depending on the nature of given compounds, nature of attacking reagents, or reaction conditions. Any condition will be there, these two will occur. Homolytic fission may occur, heterolytic fission may occur. I will first of all explain the homolytic fission. Yeah, homolytic homolysis. What is homolytic fission? Homolytic fission is the breaking of covalent bonds of a molecule by a process where each fragmented atom separated with one of the originally bounded electrons of the shared pair electrons, that is, each atom acquires its initial configurations. Means suppose A and B, this is a covalent bonds, this is break, then this is a homolytic breaking is happening, and then this A plus E plus is formed. This covalent bonds is consist of a pair of electrons which is shared by both the atoms. When homolytic cleavage taking place, then this A will acquire 1 electrons and B will acquire 1 electrons. This A is acquiring 1 electrons, B is acquiring its own electrons, which is originally bounded in this covalent bond and which is shared by both the atoms to fulfilling its octet for stability, which is shared by both the atoms. A pair of electrons which is shared by both the atoms to stabilize, to gain a stability. For any reason they are sharing this pair of electrons, but in the homolytic fissions this pair of electrons will not remain like this. This 1 electrons will go to the A, 1 electrons go to the B. Now they are separated in this way. This is called the homolytic fissions. Now again we will learn the definitions. Homolytic fission is a breaking of covalent bonds of a molecule by a process where each fragmented atoms, there is each fragmented atom, this is a fragmented, each fragmented electrons separated with one originally bounded electrons. This is a separated with one electrons which is originally bounded in the covalent bonds, which is shared by both the atoms, and each atom square its initial configuration. Now this is a initial configuration. How it is happening? Suppose A and B, 1 electrons go, this will show by this only single arrow. I am not showing like this, I am not showing like this, I am showing like this single arrow and this single arrow, means 1 electrons go to these positions and 1 electrons go to these positions. In this way the whenever the this type of homolytic fissions will occur, 1 electrons go to this, 1 electron go to another. This is shown by single side only arrow, means 1 electrons will go. If it will show like this, then 2 electrons will go, but this is shown by single electrons. So I am not showing like this. So this is a, so need to be take care how the arrow are shown. This is arrow shown, only one side arrow is shown, and this are the maybe act as a catalytic peroxide of energy radiations are required, external conditions are required to for the happening of homolytic fission. This thing I will explain later. Only understand what is homolytic fission. This is a homolytic fission. 1 electrons acquired by each fragmented electrons, and now it's again original conditions. Now A, B joined by covalent bonds, it is a pair of electrons separated. Now this is a free radicals, chlorine Cl2, it is Cl. Now they are separated, Cl dot plus Cl dots. It can also be written like Cl dot. 2 atoms are same. Now HH, pair of electrons is there. This bonds means Cl, pair of electrons are there. Now H 1 electrons H dot means is a free radical. CH3, pair of electrons H, it will acquire 1 electrons, 1 homolytic cleavage is occurring. When there is a homolytic cleavage, then 1 electrons will go to these positions. Such fragmented electrons are electrically neutral because each has equal number of proton and electrons. Each fragmented electrons, this is a fragmented atoms. Each fragmented atoms are electrically neutral because it has same number of electrons and protons, having 1 electrons each. However, the atoms are highly reactive because unpaired electrons has a strong tendency to pair up with an electrons from another atoms and molecules. This is a unpaired electrons. This is not fulfilling its octet. As a 1 chlorine is 1, this doesn't fulfilling its octet. As there is a dot A electrons, means it is unpaired electrons. Any orbital want to fulfill its 2 electrons to gain a stability, but it has only 1 electrons. This is a free electrons has one electrons, it try to fulfill its octets, so it is generally unstable. That's why it try to combine with another free radicals, another unpaired electrons to fulfill its octets. So it is that's why I have written unpaired electrons has a strong tendency to pair up with another electrons from another atoms and molecules. The atoms, fragmented atoms are called free radicals. This is a fragmented atoms. All are fragmented atoms with 1 electrons. This is called the free radicals. The name is called free radical. This is a free radical. I'll explain the detail about the free radicals, but I am little explaining you that you can understand easily. So the free radical may be defined as the atoms, group of atoms having single electrons, odd electrons, single electrons. This can be called as single electrons, unpaired electrons, odd electrons, and obtained by homolytic cleavage of covalent bonds. It is obtained by homolytic cleavage of covalent bonds. Highly reactive atoms, group of atoms containing unpaired electrons are called free radicals. Maybe this definition is also right. This definition is also right, but this definition explaining more about the free radicals. The atoms, fragmented atoms called free radicals. We have to show this is a free radicals. How the fragmented atoms, this is joined by a covalent bonds. This is a covalent bonds is a pair of electrons which is separated. This in this way we can represent this is separated, and this fragmented electrons acquire one electrons each, and it has equal number of electrons, protons, and they are called free radicals. And this is how this is opening. Free radical may be defined as a group of atoms having single unpaired electrons obtained by homolytic cleavage या homolytic fission of covalent bonds. This is highly reactive atoms, group of atoms containing unpaired electrons are called free radical. Because of their higher reactivity, free radicals only exist as a reaction intermediate. As these free radicals has a unpaired electrons, means single electrons, odd electrons, so it is unstable because it try to fulfill its octets, try to pair to gain a stability. That's why it is generally free radical is unstable. It has always a strong tendency to fulfill its octets, to try to pair up with another atoms, any atoms which has a free radicals, as these two atoms will combine again to form a H and H. So it is generally unstable. So that's why it is not found in as a product. It is generally intermediate in any reactions, in organic reactions. Suppose A plus B, C plus D is formed, but A plus B first convert to a one intermediate, then intermediate will convert to C plus D, a product. This intermediate generally may be a free radical, maybe another intermediate only, not free radical. Intermediate are lots of intermediate, carbocation, carbon, these are all intermediate. Free radical is also one intermediate. So generally free radical is an intermediate. Because of their higher activity, free radical only exists as a reaction intermediate, means it is generally found as a reaction intermediate. It is not found as a product. Free radicals are most likely to be formed when bond being broken is non-polar, that is has electron that are more and more less are equally shared. The covalent bonds are formed generally when there is a non-polar. When this is a non-polar, there is a non-polarity in the bond. There is a non-polarity in the bonds. So this bond with this pair of electrons which is shared by both the atoms equally share, approximately equally shared by both the atoms. So this in this type of compounds, homolytic cleavage occur and free radical is formed, but it is not always right. There is a homolytic fusions may occur in non-polar compounds. In non-polar compounds can also occur a free radicals. There is also possibility of homolytic fission in a non-polar. When this is a non-polar, homolytic fission occur, okay, this is a fine. But there is a, if polar molecule will be there, if there is a polar bond will be there, then there is also possibility of homolytic fissions. If there is approximately equal electronegativity between these two atoms, then there is also possibility of formation of free radicals. This is the approximately equal electronegativity. That's why there is a possibility of formation of free radicals. Here, such fusion can occur in non-polar bonds also. Means polar bonds, generally non-polar bonds also, and both the atoms linked by covalent bonds are nearly the same electronegativity and nearly same electronegativity. Have same electronegativity and nearly same electronegativity. The free radicals and homolytic fusions generally occur in non-polar covalent bonds. This is non-polar covalent bonds generally occur. In non-polar covalent bonds generally homolytic fusions is occur, breaking of bonds occur and free radicals are formed. But there is also possibility of polar bonds. This is written wrongly. Such fusion can also occur in polar bonds also when both the atoms linked by covalent bonds. When there is a approximately same electronegativity या nearly same electronegativity, मतलब electronegativity will be same या nearly same, then there is a possibility of homolytic fission in polar covalent bonds. Homolytic fission is the most common mode of fission in vapor phase and generally initiated by high temperatures, ultraviolet radiations, presence of organic peroxide or catalyst. This or free radicals, homolytic fusion generally occurs some in catalyst in catalyst as when there is a catalyst, when there is a high temperature, ultraviolet radiations, presence of organic peroxide, any things will be there in as extra conditions, then there is a homolytic fusions occur. And I'll show you these things in the next, after some times I'll show you this. Such type of in this type of compounds there is a homolytic fusions occur. This is a non-polar, this is a polar, this is a bonds, polar covalent bonds, but there is also possibility of formation of homolytic there is also possibility of homolytic fusion and free radical will be formed. Here the free radicals are formed. It is shown in the general formats. For A covalent bonds, B the free radicals are formed when there is a polar bond. This is a polar bonds, maybe one has a higher electronegativity than other, but electronegativity as between these two atoms is not much more, it is nearly same, approximately same. The electronegativity are approximately same, and the bond dissociation energy is shown between these two covalent bonds. The bond dissociation energy is shown of some compounds. This is some compounds bond dissociation energy is shown. This is also free radicals are is possibility form. In this way the free radicals may form from these compounds, and this is the I have shown some compounds where free radicals is possible to form in case of polar covalent bonds. Now I will explain the heterolytic fusions and heterolysis. Maybe you can simply say heterolytic fusions or heterolysis. This involves the breaking of covalent bond in such a way that both the electrons are carried away by one of the atoms. Means previously if A and B bonds are there, then this is one electrons will gain A and one electrons gain B in this way. But in the heterolytic Lewis, both the electrons go to the one atoms, and one atoms will acquire a negative charge, which the atom which will gain the electrons acquire a negative charge, and the atoms which will not acquire the electrons is getting a positive charge. Is getting a positive charge, is getting a negative charge. This way, this type of fusion occur when two atoms differ in consideration in their electronegativity. When there is a differ in consideration in some amount of electronegativity, when there is a difference in electronegativity, then such type of fusion is occur. Heterolytic fusion is occur, and both the electrons will go to the one atoms. If B is more electronegative, then B will acquire both the electrons, and this is shown by this arrow, and B will acquire a negative charge, A will acquire a positive charge. I am shown again a general case. If A, B is there, if A is more electronegative, if A will be more electronegativity, then A will acquire a negative charge, B will acquire a positive charge. In this way, this will go, both electrons go to the A. But if the B is more electronegative, then these electrons will go to this, and this require a negative charge, this require a positive charge. If negative charge is showing, then there is no need to show this pair of electrons. Only we can write simply in this format. This is also doesn't need to be necessary to show these electrons. Only for the understanding purpose, I am showing this dot to pair of electrons. Understand that this pair of electrons go to the A, this to understand this go to the B. If B is more electronegative, then the pair of electrons go to the B. If A is more electronegative, then this pair of electrons go to the A, and this can be simply represented like this. Heterolytic fusion lead to the formation of charge and ionic species, one having positive charge, another having negative charge. This way, heterolytic fusion lead to the formation of charge species. This is a charge species. This is negative charge. This is a positive charge species. This negative charge species is called as carbanion. This positive charge species is called as carbocation. Carbonium ion or carbocation, anyone can be called. This is a positive charge species. This type of fusion generally occur in a polar covalent bonds and favored by a polar solvent like alcohol, waters, and influenced by a presence of ionic due to acid and basic acids. Generally, water and alcohol is used as solvents in heterolytic fission. I'm not showing here the solvent, but actually generally in this thing, all these things occur in the solution. In the solution, generally water and alcohol as a solvent for happening this electrolytic cleavage, and the negative charge species called carbocation, and positive charge negative charge species is called carbanion, and this positive charge species is called carbocation. Carbocation is so called as carbanion, carbonium ion. Quite often the ionic species formed by heterolytic fission bear a positive and negative charge on a carbon atom. Such ionic species are known as carbonium ion or carbocations for its positive charge. Positive charge species is called as carbocation, and the carbanion for the negative charge. This negative charge species is called carbanion according to the charge which the atoms acquire, positive and negative. If positive charge acquired by this atom, this is called carbocation. If this is acquired negative charge, this is called carbanion. This is a carbocation, this is a carbanion. Now we will learn about the reaction intermediate.